I, 32M, need to get this off my chest while it's still fresh in my mind. Yesterday marked exactly 1 week since my girlfriend, well, now ex, Gwen, 29F, said the words that finally opened my eyes after 3 years of being blind. It wasn't even a huge fight. That's the funny part. We were just arguing about me picking up an extra freelance project. I'm a software engineer by trade, and sometimes I do side coding gigs on weekends for a little extra cash. Nothing crazy. This one was a short-term thing, worth about $2,000. Extra money never hurts, right? But Gwen lost it. You're always working. When do I get your time? She yelled. You owe me everything. Without me, you're nothing. I made you who you are. I can't fully explain it, but something inside me shifted in that moment. Normally, I would have apologized. Normally, I'd back down, delete the gig, and try to pacify her. That's been our cycle for years. She explodes, I fold. But this time I smiled. Actually smiled. And I said the words that set everything in motion. Let's test that. She laughed. Thought I was joking, rolled her eyes and went back to scrolling Instagram while I sat there silently running numbers in my head. Gwen moved in with me 2 years ago. It was supposed to be temporary. Her roommate situation had fallen apart, and she needed a place just for a few months until she got on her feet. I had the space, and we were already dating, so it made sense. At least at the time. At first, I covered everything, rent, utilities, groceries, because she was transitioning. She wanted to focus on her wellness coaching business, which basically meant posting motivational quotes on Instagram to her 800 followers. According to her, the brand was about to take off any day now. That temporary arrangement somehow became permanent. Over time, I found myself paying for literally everything. Rent and utilities. Groceries and takeout. Her car insurance and phone bill. Netflix, Spotify, Amazon Prime, Disney Plus, you name it. Even her monthly facials because self-care is essential for my brand. We had a joint account supposedly for household expenses. Realistically, it was just her spending money. I deposited, she withdrew. My paycheck was a pipeline into her lifestyle. And yet, in her mind, she made me. That night, after she said those words, I couldn't sleep. While Gwen dozed peacefully beside me, I made moves. By morning, I had emptied the joint account, leaving only the $50 minimum to keep it open. Transferred all the money into my personal savings, removed her as an authorized user on my cards. Changed passwords, replaced credit cards, canceled her grocery delivery and auto orders. Removed her vehicle from my insurance policy, renewal was due in 3 days. By 6 a.m. our financial lives were untangled. For the first time in 2 years, my money was mine. Then I packed a bag and left for my buddy Devin's place. I needed space to think. At 10:43 a.m. the first text came in. Gwen, babe, my card declined at Starbucks. What's wrong with it? Me, cards cancelled. You'll need to use your own funds. Gwen, what? Why? Me, testing your theory. If you made me, you shouldn't need my money. Radio silence for 2 hours. Then the calls started. 37 of them. I ignored every one. By evening, the texts turned frantic. Gwen, the grocery order got cancelled. Gwen, I can't order Uber Eats. Gwen, nothing's working. Gwen, Ethan, this isn't funny. Gwen, how am I supposed to eat? Gwen, you can't just leave me with nothing. The irony wasn't lost on me. The woman who made me couldn't even feed herself for 12 hours without my credit card. Devin thinks I'm cold. Maybe. But I'm done being an ATM with a pulse. Day 2 started with Gwen showing up at Devin's house at 7 a.m. Devin's Ring camera caught everything. She was dressed in her Lululemon yoga set, the $300 one I bought her, crying perfect tears. Devin answered the door. I stayed upstairs. I need to talk to Ethan, she sobbed. He's having some kind of breakdown. He emptied our accounts and abandoned me. Devin, bless him, said, sounds like he emptied his account that you had access to. I'm his partner. 3 years. I made him who he is. Did you contribute to it? I contribute in other ways. Before me, he was just some nerdy programmer. Devin smirked. He's still a programmer. Just one who's tired of paying for everything. She tried to push past him. He blocked her. She threatened to call the cops. Devin, please do. Explain how your boyfriend won't give you money anymore. She left. But she wasn't done. By noon, she'd weaponized social media. Instagram post. When you give someone everything, your time, energy, love, only to have them abandon you with nothing. Remember ladies, secure the bag always. Hashtag narcissistic abuse, hashtag financial abuse, hashtag women's empowerment. Her followers rallied. The comments lit up. He's trash. You deserve better, queen. Sue him for partnership support. Not even a thing. Then her mom called me. Ethan, what's this about you leaving my baby girl homeless and penniless? She's not homeless. She lives in my apartment, and she has her own money from her business. What business? She's building her brand. You know that takes time. She sacrificed career opportunities to support you. Name one, I said. She managed her home. Cooked, cleaned. I laughed. Patricia, she ordered takeout with my card and hired a cleaning lady. Also paid for by me. You're being financially abusive. No. I'm setting boundaries. She's an adult. She hung up. Silence. She managed her home. Cooked, cleaned. I laughed. Patricia, she ordered takeout with my card and hired a cleaning lady. Also paid for by me. You're being financially abusive. No. I'm setting boundaries. She's an adult. She hung up. By day 3, karma struck. Gwen's car insurance had lapsed, as scheduled. She drove to a nail appointment anyway. Got pulled over. Ticket. Car impounded. The meltdown texts were priceless. Gwen, my car is gone. Gwen, they took it. Gwen, this is your fault. Gwen, you have to pay to get it out. I replied, sounds like you need to use all those connections you built while making me who I am. Good luck. 73 more texts followed. I read none. Devin made popcorn. That night, she showed up again, mascara streaked, screaming at his door. Neighbors called the cops. She got a disturbance warning. The woman who made me couldn't function without me. Curious. I went back to my apartment the next day. The smell hit me first. Garbage everywhere. Takeout containers, empty wine bottles, Amazon boxes. The place looked like a frat house. Gwen was on the couch, wrapped in my gaming blanket. When she saw me, she tried tears again. Baby, thank God. I was so scared. I didn't know what happened to you. Cut it, Gwen. I told you exactly what was happening. Her face hardened instantly. You can't just kick me out. I have rights. I've lived here 2 years. You're not on the lease. You're a guest. You've got 30 days. She laughed bitterly. You think you can just throw me away after everything I've done for you? I made you dress better. I introduced you to culture. I elevated your social status. You spent my money on clothes. You dragged me to Instagram exhibits. You embarrassed me at work functions. Try again. She spiraled. I loved you. You loved my wallet. Then came the real Gwen. The mask slipped. You were nobody when I met you. Just some boring code monkey. I gave you a life. Without me, you'll be nothing. I pulled out my phone, showed her my bank app, finally healthy, 5 figures strong. Looks like being nothing pays well. She threw a wine glass at me. Missed. I recorded everything. Called the cops. They gave her two options, leave voluntarily or be removed. She melted down, tried every trick, pregnancy scare, abuse allegations, suicide threats, sexual favors. None stuck. 2 hours later, she was out. Garbage bags of clothes in tow. You'll regret this, she spat. I made you. Without me, you're nothing. I looked around my trash department and thought, good. Nothing sounds peaceful. The aftermath was wild. First, the flying monkeys. Her wellness friends spammed my socials. I went private. Random numbers called me an abuser. Blocked them all. Then the car situation. She couldn't afford to get it out of impound. After 30 days, it went to auction. Sold. Now she owes the loan balance with no way to pay. Then came the restraining order attempt. She claimed financial abuse, listing as evidence. Withholding shared funds. Canceling joint accounts. Refusing to pay bills. My lawyer laughed. The judge dismissed it, warning her about frivolous filings. Her next move? A GoFundMe. Help a domestic abuse survivor rebuild her life. Goal, $30,000. Description painted me as controlling, manipulative, isolating her from opportunities by funding her lifestyle. She shared it everywhere. You know how much she raised? $234. From her mom. Then karma landed hard. Screenshots of her luxury hauls and spa visits flooded the comments. Her lies unraveled. Even her friends turned on her. Last I heard, she's living with her mom, working at a juice bar. Still posting about narcissistic exes and knowing your worth. Dating a crypto bro who just got rug pulled. Meanwhile, I'm thriving. Promoted at work without someone complaining about my hours. Reconnected with friends. Saving money for the first time in years. Sleeping peacefully without late-night Amazon binges on my card. The apartment is clean. Quiet. Mine. She was right about one thing, though. Without her, I'm nothing. Nothing but better off. TLDR, girlfriend claimed she made me and I owed her everything. I cut her off financially to test the theory. Turns out she couldn't even buy groceries without my card. She imploded, tried every manipulation in the book, and now she's back at her mom's while I rebuild my life. Being nothing never felt so good.